Hey YouTube, it's blinkycab here, and I'm going to do a safe riding tips video. These are the topics that I'm going to cover. Now, this isn't about riding cool or fast or anything, this is just about riding safe. So if you want to get from point A to point B safely, I'd say these are some pretty good tips. Okay, now, in order for me to show you, I'm going to need some traffic, so let me just catch up to these people. This probably won't be a short video because when it comes to safe riding, you can't really teach it quickly. I mean, you can give some pointers, but if you really want me to give you some extended tips, then yeah, it maybe make like this might be a 10-minute video, I'm not sure. But okay, so number one is keep your distance. Basically, keep your distance from the car ahead of you, like I am now, right? So if the car up there in front of me needs to stop for an emergency for any reason, a dog runs out or he's having a heart attack and he slams on the brakes, I have plenty of room to pull up without hitting him, right? So always give yourself room, right? If I ride up really close like I am now, this isn't safe because if he has to brake suddenly, I'm not really, giving myself enough time there, and what am I looking for? Reaction. There's no room for my reaction to brake hard, right? So I'm most likely going to run into the back of him if he has to brake hard. So keep your distance. Number two is lane positioning. So just remember, when you're driving a car and you're in your lane, you're pretty much in the dead center of the lane. But because the bike is smaller, right, I'm still entitled to my whole lane, meaning I can be on the left side of my lane, I can be on the right side of my lane, I can be in the center, right? This whole area is mine. Just because I'm smaller doesn't mean I have to sit, dead straight in the middle or something. I can be on the sides. Now what I do is, if I'm riding on a two-lane road like I am now, if there's cars to the left of me, I'll probably sit on the right side of my lane. And the reason I do that is because if I'm riding side by side with this white car up here and he goes to change lanes without looking, I'm already on the far side of my lane. So if he starts to cut over into my lane and then he looks and then he sees me, I've already bought myself some time, right? Because I'm like further away from him. Now, something unsafe would be, they're turning left. Right, so let's just pretend that they're still next to me though. Something unsafe would be to ride in the left part of my lane if he was right there. Because if he starts, well, she maybe, let's not be sexist, if the car starts to change lanes without looking, then I don't really have enough room. So he might start to move over and I'll go, oh shit, and I might swerve and have an accident or something. Or if I'm over here, I have plenty of time to see if he's going to pull over me, whether I need to brake or accelerate out of his way, or beat my horn even, So that's that one. Lane positioning. Feel free to move. Okay, number three is blind spots. Now, this isn't necessarily your blind spots. I'll touch on that soon. It's other people's blind spots. So if I'm cruising along here, this car up here, the white car, I'm in his blind spot if I am about here, right? So meaning, if you don't know what a blind spot is, a blind spot is like an area to the side of you that you A, can't see in your mirror, and B, can't see with your peripheral vision. So let's just say, change lanes here. So this green car here, I'm in its blind spot about like here, right? So if the driver looks in their mirror, they won't see me, and if they don't, shoulder check, then they won't see me. So they might just look in their mirror and change lanes, and then they'll be pulling over and like right in front of me, because they can't see me. And you'd be surprised how many people don't use shoulder checks. They'll just look in the mirror and then they'll change lanes. So if you're in someone's blind spot and they don't shoulder check, then they're most likely just going to look in the mirror, and then when they don't see you, they're going to change lanes, they're going to make you freak out, they're going to pull over into your lane, and you're going to go, and whatever. So it's just safer not to be in someone's blind spot. If you find yourself cruising along and you're in someone's blind spot, like I'll hop in this yellow car's blind spot, right? If I find myself here, don't stay there. Either accelerate up next to them, or, you know, brake if you want to. Don't sit in blind spots. That's my hot tip. So the next hot tip, what did I have? Keep your distance. Okay, my next hot tip is shoulder check, mirror check. If you're going to change lanes, always shoulder check and mirror check. Do it every time you change lanes. Even if it's 3 in the morning and you're the only one on a real quiet road in the middle of the desert, it doesn't matter. Just make it habit form that into your riding. You know, like, I'll show you when the light goes green what I mean. But it pretty much, like, okay, I'm going to ride straight here and then I'm going to hop into the center lane. So before that, I'm going to put my indicator on, right? So I want to change lanes now, right? So I'm going to put on my indicator, look at my mirror, and then shoulder check, and then change lanes. Wait, I'm going to change lanes again. Shoulder check, mirror check, change lanes. The whole reason you do that is so that you're covering your own blind spots, because riders have blind spots just as much as cars. So if I just look in my mirror, oh, okay, there's no one there, and then I change lanes, there might be someone right next to me that I can't see in my mirror or in my peripheral vision. So make it habit forming to look in your mirror, shoulder check, and then change lanes. Because, and the reason why I say to do this every time, even if you know that there's no one there, is just because that there will be that one time where you think, yeah, there's no one next to me, I'll just change lanes, and then there will be someone there. For some reason, that car will have dropped out of the sky or jumped out of the tree. There will be a car there that you didn't think was there, and you'll hit it or whatever, you'll have an accident. So indicate, look in your mirror, shoulder check, change lanes. Okay, next hot tip is speed, right? So every road has a speed limit, and I know riding a bike is all about having fun and sometimes going fast, but just remember, this is my safe riding video. So if you want to ride safely, follow the speed limit. They're there for a reason, right? Reasons might be like there's a school nearby, or it's near housing where children might run out or cars are pulling out, you know. So if the speed limit is X amount of miles, or, you know, Ks or whatever, follow it. That's the safest thing, right? So along here, I hope you can see, but it's 70 kilometers, right? So I'm going to do 70. And this is fun, this is safe, and it's enjoyable because I know that I'm not, you know, it's safe, it's safe. But to be honest, this is the road that I go on every day when I come home from work, and usually, as you can see, it's very straight. Normally I hit it, but that's not being safe. So follow the speed limit, and that ensures safety. And my last tip to wrap it up is expect the unexpected. So don't ever get comfortable with how everyone else is driving. See, this car up here has their left indicator on. Don't expect him to turn left though, which he is, right? But don't expect it. You know, expect him to have put his indicator on but then changed his mind or something, you know. So when I see him put his indicator on, don't go, all right, I'm going to race past him now, because he might all of a sudden change his mind, right? Let's get low. So expect the unexpected, right? Expect the car to pull out here in front of me and not look or stop. Just, you know, it pretty much just means to be wary. You know, just look ahead, look at what's going on. Okay, there's a side street here. Are there any cars coming? No, there's not. Okay, I'm safe. And am I doing the speed limit? Yes, I am. I'm safe. Am I in my lane position where I want to be? Well, there's oncoming cars, so maybe I'll sit in the left part of my lane just in case it's like a drunk driver and they swerve over the line a bit. You know, I'm not going to ride like this, you know, because what if this guy here, you know, swerves for whatever reason? I'm going to be safe. I'm going to get away from the flow. And it's all about doing these things every few seconds. You know, looking in your mirrors and then looking ahead. and then looking at where I am, looking at my speed. Okay, let's look in the mirrors again. Okay, let's look ahead again. It's all about like calculating where you are and determining whether you're in a safe spot or not. Because let's face it, when you're on a motorcycle, you're on the lower end of the food chain. So if a car pulls out of this side street, doesn't look, just pulls out and I hit him, yeah, okay, he did the wrong thing, but who's the one in hospital, you know? So when it comes to riding a bike, it doesn't matter who's in the right or the wrong. It just matters, you know, about being safe, because you're the one that will end up being hurt. You know, there's crossings here, you know, so I might brake. I'll slow down just in case I can't see someone behind a pole and they're going to walk out across the crossing, you know. Okay, there's no one there. Let's get back up to the speed limit. Just things like that. And that's safe riding tips. Just thinking about where you are and being aware of your surroundings. It's very important. So, yeah. That's my safe riding tip. And don't ride with one hand. Don't take corners one-handed. Okay, so ride safe, everyone. Whether you've been riding for years and you just wanted a touch-up, or you haven't even ridden yet and you just want to get the idea of how to be safe, I hope this video has helped. Remember to have fun, but like be safe as well. Okay, so thanks for watching. Ta ta ta.